Well, this greenhouse is just about finished, unless she comes up with other things that she wants me to do. But as for right now, I hope that it's about done. I did away with the 2 sliding doors and modified it to take one 3/0 storm door, and that was a good idea, I think. Electricity and water come in right down beside the post there, and the electricity runs up. We got a switch for the light, switch for the fan, and everything goes up overhead alongside of this 2x4, and then down over here to another receptacle. I just remembered there's one thing I haven't gotten done that she wants done. She wants a shelf to run across above the door and another shelf to run across back here in the back, up high. It's reinforced a lot by having this 2x4 running across here, where I have screws coming in just to hold the panels in place, which was a 3/4 inch screw with the piece that I got from Frank. I can't remember his website, but he's got a video on Harbor Freight website. But where he had 3/4 inch screws going into that block, I got 2-inch screws now going all the way in through the aluminum, the block, and then into the wood of the 2x4. And that's in every panel. There's a 2-inch screw going all the way through into the 2x4, but it also holds the panel in place with those little blocks, like what you can see up here. That's one for the roof, but there's also one for the panel at the top, and then one for the panel down here at the bottom. So also the least structural part of these greenhouses is this back wall, and by having this 2x reinforced with the one below it, it gives something to fasten off that back wall to that really makes it a lot sturdier than what it is if you just don't have that across there. Same thing goes there. I've got 2-inch screws coming through the aluminum all the way into this 2x4. This is a Christmas present, and I sure hope she is happy with it. I shouldn't say I sure hope she is, because she's already told me she is. Got water just coming in down here with the power, and water line coming up here over to a faucet right there. These shelves, I put wire on the bottom ones, and then up here on the top I just use some 5/4 deck boards And this she has to have for her potting or whatever it is she does. I was fortunate that there was some damage to these two back panels, the one here and the one over here. The bottom corners were damaged because they were the longest panels in the shipment. But Harbor Freight sent me two to replace those, and I took the old ones, and instead of using the small panels that were for the doors in separate pieces, I took the ones that were damaged and cut them to fit here and over here on each side of the door in order to do away with the sliding doors and put in the storm door. I've got two 4x4s coming up on each side of the door to give it plenty of strength, and this 2x4 running across the top reinforces that. Also, it's hard to show, but this piece right here is part of the door, and I was able to pop rivet it to this part, which with the doors this would have been also a very unstable wall with very little strength. The way this is now, it's got, you know, pretty good strength to it. I'll show you outside. This is part of the door, and you can see where I pop riveted it to the piece that was here already. And then I took the other side of that door and put it here, and that gave me the ability to have the clips on both sides to hold the panel in. Worked out really nice. These are the supports from Frank. These are really invaluable. They're valuable because otherwise you have nothing that's going to support this panel. Now they're pretty sturdy with those. Sure, I'm glad I saw his video before I got going on this thing, because these extra little things that he has, that he sells, sure does make this greenhouse a lot better. And if you notice, there's one of these in the panel here, here, there, and up top. Up top here is where I run the 2-inch screw in all the way through the aluminum and into the wood, but the block is in there behind that for a spacer, which it was already there. So I just took the 3/4 inch long screw out and put a 2-inch screw in every one of them. Also, I think this thing came with about 100 of these spring clips. I ordered 200 more, and I've used just about all of the 200 that I ordered, because I put them there, 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 and there. That also helps strengthen the thing. As far as other things that I have done, I started off with 4x6s. I drilled and lag bolted those together, got it good and square before I put the metal base down. But I did go ahead and put all the base down, and then when I decided to do the storm door, it made it a lot better, because otherwise my base would have been up 5 inches or so higher than my walkout here. And now the 4x4, I mean the 4x6 becomes the threshold for the storm door. I still have got to get the actuators for the vents in the roof before it turns hot. That's about the only other thing. Well, the fan to go in the end. I've got it wired for it. Down on the end, I've got a receptacle up here that is connected to the bottom switch over here, and that when I get the fan there, that will be plugged in up there, and the switch will control the fan with a thermostat at the fan. Hope this helps you when you start building one of these.